is the importance of community? Or more specifically, what is the importance of communio? Communio is the act of living in relationship with God in community. In other words, we must realize that our words and actions influence those around us in either a positive or negative manner. Not many people have the ability or opportunity to realize their impact on a community and the impact the community has on them. Being in Guatemala and working with De La Gente helped me further realize the importance of a loving community and being willing to contribute to the community. Communities must work for the common good, which means we need to liberate the poor and act to benefit society as a whole. In order to provoke change and create a preferential option for the poor, different organizations or communities must come together and share a common desire to create a more prosperous future for others, regardless of someone's upbringing or neighborhood placement. It is our duty as fellow human beings to give others the opportunity to use their strengths and discover new skills that will assist them in the future. It is also our duty to be a voice for those who are silenced, or a bridge to resources for those who lack access. Individuals and communities have the power to bear witness to the incredible lives and stories of various Guatemalans and organizations in Guatemala, and accompany them on their journeys to finding peace, justice, happiness, and prosperity. I realized, based on my short but incredible 4 weeks in Guatemala, that Guatemalans understand that it is more important to connect with their communities rather than trying to one-up others in society. I am truly inspired by how happily they live in relatively simple lives. They do not need flat-screen TVs, large couches, pools, and even bathroom hand towels in order to live a happy, prosperous life. They live on what they need and do not fret on what they want or wish they had. They find happiness in the connection with family and their community rather than material goods and constantly wasting time wishing they had more. There is something truly beautiful and inspiring to learn from this way of living. Instead of worrying about our status in society by desiring the next best iPhone or getting a fancier car than our neighbors, it is healthier and more important to live in the now and enjoy the company around us while we still can. Personally, I now desire to live more simply and spread this message of simplicity with my community. This is an act of service by making people realize the importance of connection with community rather than constantly competing in society. I know I feel a whole new level of happiness when I take the time to set my phone down and talk with those around me. Before we know it, those we love will not be around anymore. That is the sad but true, hard reality. It is beyond important to not get caught up with technology and other material goods, but rather appreciate and treasure human connection and love. This simple change in our lives will increase our happiness tremendously. Real happiness, a prosperous future, and a healthy life starts with finding passion in our career and enjoying the company around us. Every coffee farmer that we have encountered, or with whom we have had the pleasure of sharing a meal, has mentioned how happy and passionate they are about farming and making coffee. One of the farmers, Andres, told us how sorting the beans is such a long and strenuous job, but an essential one. It is a deceptively easy task when done for 1 hour, but can be tedious when done all day. He loves to play upbeat music and converse with the others to make the time go by faster and be more enjoyable. The coffee farmers' happiness and pride are not only demonstrated by their work, but also their willingness to share their homes, lifestyle, and culture. They welcomed us into their community and expressed to us that we have made an imprint on them and them on us forever. De La Gente Coffee is a representation of the passion and hard work that goes into the coffee. Each farmer in the cooperative contributes his own coffee to the cooperative coffee that is being sold to consumers around the world. Without each individual coffee farmer and his dedication to the work and the cooperative, there would be no community of farmers. One of the main aspects of De La Gente is communitarianism. Communitarianism is the importance of sharing one's community with other individuals, because all individuals and all communities are connected in some way. The community at De La Gente works with groups like the St. Norbert Gap Experience in order to spread the farmers' stories and their hard work, dedication, and passion for their work. The workshops that we were able to attend were an incredible way to share their lifestyles and create a further appreciation amongst tourists that would not otherwise have an awareness of their beautiful work. It was a pleasure as a young student to have such an incredible opportunity to gain these new perspectives and gain an appreciation for their work. One farmer in particular that showed passion and motivation for his or her work was our host father, Manuel. The first night at our homestay, Manuel immediately started talking with us about his coffee and showing us his #1 coffee farmer plaque from the competition he won within the cooperative. He showed us his plaque with pure joy and pride. He does not work for the cooperative solely because he has to feed his family or send his children to school, but also because he finds true passion and happiness in doing so, and that is something truly beautiful. The idea of living one's life to the fullest and enjoying every moment of life is something by which the people of Guatemala truly live, and by which I strive to live one day. Not only do they live in the moment, but they live in the moment with a positive attitude and overall happiness, which in turn creates a community of love, support, and pure joy. There are so many incredible organizations with which we met that are working to better their community and the communities around them. One amazing example is the Human Rights Defenders Project. Rob Mercatante works for the organization as a rights educator, making sure Guatemalans are aware of their human rights. He exclaimed that their job, not only as members of the organization but also as humans, is to bear witness and accompany those hurting in Guatemala, and human rights defenders that are being jailed due to speaking up for those who have been silenced. In the article, Bearing Witness, Seeing as a Form of Service, the author Deborah Dunn beautifully states that bearing witness is seeing for the sake of others, seeing as respecting the personhood of other, seeing as a step in building community with others. Their whole purpose is to give these human rights defenders and inspirational people hope, and stand alongside them to show them that they are never alone. They see them, respect them, and walk alongside them on the journey to justice and peace. I am inspired by the organization's work and passion for fighting for basic human rights that so many continue to be denied. It is the caring and compassionate individuals that make up these caring and compassionate organizations and continue to advocate for those in need. I would not have learned all these incredible lessons, met these incredible people, and heard incredible stories if I had not joined this program. Community service is not about fixing someone's life, but rather bearing witness and learning from others as well. Service is not a one-way street. Many people will never have the opportunity to travel and hear the stories that I have firsthand. I acknowledge my privilege and am grateful for this opportunity, and must use that to educate others on what I have witnessed and learned. In order to give back to my community and other communities in the future, I will ensure that my future career path benefits at least one person. If I can accompany one individual in a community on their path from pain to happiness, then I have done something beneficial in life. Their stories and their community are now forever a part of my story and my community. I know now that change begins within the community and with powerful organizations like the ones with which we met. Individuals must come together as a community and find that spark to provoke change. If we as a human race want things to change, it is the duty of the people to take charge and change them. We must channel hopefulness and never give up the strong efforts that are being made by so many incredible individuals and organizations. Building strong communities builds power in community, which is what I have learned to be the value and importance of community.
And every day we hope for what still can't see. It's up to us to be the change. And even though we all can still do more, there's so much to be thankful for. Even with our differences, there is a place we're all connected. Each of us can find each other.